This one's about copying and using OLE, or the functionality OLE, object linking and embedding, to get Excel data copied into or linked to or embedded into another Office product, specifically Word for this movie. So we're going to copy content into Word. We're going to link Excel content into Word. We're going to embed a worksheet into Word, starting with an existing worksheet, and then we're going to embed a new worksheet into Word. So I have some content set up. I've got a schedule of some data. This is unemployment rates for the years 2002 to 2012 for the first quarter, January, February, March. And then I've got a chart that shows the unemployment rate for those years just for the month of January. Object linking and embedding, OLE. That's some functionality that takes advantage of the fact that the Office products are object-oriented programs. The cell is an object. The cell is in a worksheet that is an object. The worksheet is in a workbook that is also an object. Charts are objects, and so on. And because of this, the Office suite, being compatible as it is, can take advantage of content that's in one application, whereby you can copy that or move that or link that content in another application. So how do we go about doing this? The easiest way is to open up a split screen. I've got Word open, and I'm going to go to it. I'm going to grab the top, and Windows 7 allows you to do a split screen easily by grabbing the window, and when the cursor crosses the threshold on either the right or left side, Windows will split screen that window. So I've got a blank Word document, and I've got some content in Excel. If you're working in Word and you want to set up some structure like a schedule, you can do that in Word. It's a bit more difficult to do it in Word as opposed to Excel. So the easier thing to do is to set up the schedule in Excel and then copy it, Control-C, right-click, paste, and you've got a number of different options. Keep the source formatting, use destination styles. We can link it, which we're not going to do quite yet. We can paste it as a picture, which I don't want to do either. I really want this choice. Because what we've done is set up a grid structure, and I'm tabbing from what would otherwise be a cell. In Word, it's a table. And that easily we've created this grid structure in Word. So we had the option to link to the data instead of pasting the data. And I'm going to do that now. I'm going to select the content again, Control-C, go to Word, right-click, and select the Link and Keep Source Formatting option. This content is now displayed in Word, and it's linked back to the content that is in Excel. So if I make a change to one of these numbers, 5.7 will make 15, what's displayed in Word automatically updates with the changes that take place in Excel. I'm going to Control-Z and undo that. Now that's really cool. You can keep your data in sync, but there's some problems with links, or potential problems with links. If I have the Word document closed and I change the name or the location of the Excel document and save it, when I open up the Word document, the link won't work anymore. I'll have broken the link. If I change the name of a folder where the Excel document is stored, I'll also break the link. And if I email the Word document without emailing the Excel document, that will also break the link so that the recipient of the Word document, when they open it up, it will no longer update for changes in the Excel document. So when we're linking content, we can also link, Control-C, right-clicking, and pasting using the Use Destination theme and Link Data, left-clicking. I now have a chart that came from Excel that's displayed in Word that's linked back to the content that's in Excel. So when I have any changes, and I don't want to make things worse for us than they already are, I'm going to move the unemployment rate up to 12% from 8.3. We see the change take place in Excel and in Word. Control-Z to bring it back down to 8.3. And what's cool about the chart being displayed in Word is when you click that chart and select it, the ribbon in Word becomes the Excel ribbon. I'm going to click off of that and show you that again. That's the Word ribbon. Selecting the chart, I get the chart ribbon. which includes the chart tools, design, layout, and format. So I can actually change the way the chart is displayed in Word that's independent from the way it's displayed in Excel. And it'll still update with changes made to the content that's in Excel. So we can copy content from Excel into Word and link back to that content that's in Excel. So changes in Excel will be reflected in Word. We can also embed an existing worksheet into Word by going to the Insert tab, left-clicking this icon, which is the Insert Object icon, left-clicking Object, and then left-clicking Create from File. I can browse to find a file, and I've saved Chapter 43 on the desktop, and I can insert that file. And at this point, I can insert an icon as a stand-in for that file. So when I left-click on that and double-click it, it'll be open in Excel, and I'll be in Excel, and I can gain access to the file that way. Alternatively, create from file, browse, select Chapter 43, insert. I can link to the file. So there's my contents, and when I make changes in Excel, they're reflected in Word. So that's sort of a slight twist on what we did before. This is linking to the entire worksheet, whereas before we could copy and paste sections of the worksheet and sort of cherry pick the contents that we want to end up displaying in Word. Alternatively, we can go to the Insert tab, left-click the Insert Object icon, and we can embed a brand new worksheet by selecting Microsoft Excel Worksheet from the Create New. And I can do one of two things. I can have it display an icon. I can even customize that icon to an extent. But I don't want to do that. I want to display it as a worksheet. So when I left-click OK, I have a worksheet that's been embedded into Microsoft Word. And I get the ribbon for Excel displayed, so I have the full functionality of Excel as I'm working within Word. When I left-click off of that, I'm left with some sizing handles, and I get my Word ribbon back. So this is actually an embedded Microsoft worksheet within Word. And conversely, you can do the same thing in Excel, whereby you can embed a Word document in Excel, and when you click on it, you'll get the Word ribbon and have the full functionality of Word as you're working in Excel. So that's copying content from one Excel application to another, Excel to Word in this case, and object linking and embedding. We're able to copy some content into Word from Excel and have it be freestanding, or we can link it back to the Excel workbook. So when changes are made in Excel, those changes are reflected in Word. There are several potential problems when you link back to any data. And we also have the ability to embed a workbook in Word, where we can either, one, reference an existing workbook and use that as a template for the embedded workbook in Word, or we can embed a brand new workbook. And in either case, when we double-click on that workbook, we get the Excel ribbon and we have the full functionality of Excel in Word.